Hey guys, long time no see. I just got off the phone with a couple of friends who just finished watching Game of Thrones, so I spent kind of a long time, maybe hours, regaling them with my theories and timelines and things. So I thought I'd just get on here and talk to you guys about it, because, well, some people think some of my theories are crazy and I just want someone to agree with me about something. So I'm gonna do just a special nerd news that's all Game of Thrones theories. Communicator on. So you will have to be caught up on the show to know what I'm talking about, and there's going to be spoilers here, obviously. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the things that I know from the book, and we're caught up mostly with the books now. The only storyline that's kind of behind is the one with Sam in the Citadel. So, but I'm not going to talk about that anyway. So let's get into it, and you're not allowed to complain about spoilers because I just warned you. I just also finished watching the last episode, and the thing that made me go the most was Varys. Did you notice that Varys was in Dorne, and then like 3 scenes later he was on a boat with Daenerys Targaryen? Because that's impossible. He can't be in both of those places at the same time. They're way too far away from each other. And I think that this whole time Varys has been a faceless man. What do you think? And that the other person pretending to be him is Jaqen H'ghar. I just don't know which one is the fake person. I have a feeling the fake person is the one on the boat with Daenerys. And I'm hoping it's Jaqen H'ghar because he seems slightly nicer than all of the other faceless men, and maybe won't screw everything up for everyone. Anyway. The biggest thing that everyone else wanted to talk about was the reveal that Jon Snow's mother is Ned Stark's sister, Lyanna Stark. In my opinion, Jon Snow's father is Rhaegar Targaryen. Rhaegar Targaryen is Dany's oldest brother. He was the heir to the Mad King. He died in battle, but before he died, he had apparently stolen Lyanna Stark and taken her to the Tower of Joy. That's the story that we hear, but the Targaryen side of the story is that Lyanna and Rhaegar were actually madly in love and that she went with him willingly. The thing about the Targaryens is that they had different rules for themselves than everyone else in Westeros. They were allowed to marry their own siblings, which they frequently did, and they were allowed to take more than one spouse. So my theory is that Rhaegar actually married Lyanna, making Jon Snow his heir. Because he had 2 other kids before Jon Snow, but those kids supposedly got murdered by the Mountain. So that would make Jon Snow the heir to the kingdom, the rightful heir, not a bastard. The rightful heir, not Dany. And the other thing that sort of compounds that theory and is about that is that some people think that Meera Reed is Jon Snow's twin sister. They did cast a girl that looks exactly like Kit Harington, making this seem more credible, but also the only person that lived through that battle in front of the Tower of Joy with Ned was Howland Reed, who's Meera Reed's dad. Howland Reed is this mysterious character in the book that you never get to meet. He lives in the marshes and the mist, and maybe he's like a mage or something. So what we're kind of looking at here is a Star Wars-esque kind of thing where Princess Leia is Meera Reed, Luke Skywalker is Jon Snow, and Howland Reed is basically Obi-Wan Kenobi. What do you think? Do you think that she's his twin? And do you think that Rhaegar is Jon's father? I think that Ghost, being a white albino wolf, is kind of our clue that he's a white-haired Targaryen on the inside. And can you imagine how what a relief it was for Ned Stark to look down at a baby, and then the baby ended up having brown hair and looking exactly like him instead of like a Targaryen, which would have stuck out like a sore thumb. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. Also, we have the thing about Dany being the dragon rider. There's supposed to be 3 dragon riders. There's 3 dragons. This whole time I've thought that maybe Bran would be the other dragon rider because he can warg into his wolf and to Hodor and other people, but maybe he has some other purpose. And maybe it's because there's a 4th dragon that hasn't woken up yet. This brings me to my next, perhaps most crazy theory. The Wall. Let's talk about the Wall. In the book, when Jon Snow gets to the Wall, he talks about how when the sun is shining on the ice at certain times of the day, it almost looks like it's breathing. And the part of the wall from like Castle Black until the water on the east side, the wall is straight, and then for the rest of the wall's progress towards the other coast, it snakes. What else looks like a snake? A dragon's tail? What if the wall is a sleeping ice dragon with a ton of ice on top of it because it's been sleeping there for thousands of years? Also, to make more of my point, the Horn of Joramun is a horn that Mance Rayder had that everyone was scared that he had because the Horn of Joramun is known to bring down the wall and cause all this crazy stuff to happen. Horns control dragons. What if the Horn of Joramun just wakes the sleeping ice dragon up? I think it does. This is my theory. What do you think? This is the one that everyone thinks I'm nuts about. Anyway, George R.R. Martin, come and watch this video and tell me if I'm right. I want to be right. Is there anything else that you guys have a theory about? That I want to know all of your theories too. And is there anything that you're dying to see happen next? I want to know that too. There's something I'm dying to see and have been dying to see since the first season and since I read the first book, and I've been like, when's it gonna happen? Arya, I really want Arya to be reunited with her wolf, Nymeria. Nymeria, if you remember, Arya told her to run away because she was afraid that Joffrey was going to kill him, so she like hit Nymeria with a rock and told her to run away. Well, Nymeria hasn't been sitting in the woods this whole time. This is a kind of a spoiler, actually, for people that haven't read the books. If you don't want to know anything that I know from the book, maybe don't listen to this part. But in the book, this whole time, Arya has been having dreams where she's inside of Nymeria's body, because basically all of the Stark kids can warg, they just don't know it. Bran's the only one who's figured it out. And I think Lyanna Stark was a warg too. Everyone said that she was one with her horse, and I don't think that that means that she was Catherine the Grating, her horse. Anyway, so she's been having these dreams inside of Nymeria, and she sees what Nymeria is up to, and Nymeria is kind of up to a lot. She goes into the woods and attracts a pack of wolves. And she basically becomes like alpha wolf of those wolves. She becomes like queen of those wolves because she's huge and she's a direwolf and she's super smart and stuff. And then other wolf packs come, and then others, and then others, and then others. Everyone around Harrenhal has been talking about this huge pack of crazy wolves that have been causing havoc everywhere they go. Harrenhal is very close to the twins where Arya just killed Walder Frey. So she's close to them. Weren't you glad when she killed Walder Frey? What a skis. Anyway, I'm glad. But so she's close to Nymeria, and if she gets to be in the same vicinity as Nymeria, she has an army of wolves at her disposal, which is really cool, and I want to see it happen. Make it happen, TV show. Make my dreams come true. Let me know if you guys agree with my crazy stuff. And I will give you kisses now. Eskimo kisses, and butterfly kisses, and elephant kisses, and dragon kisses. Just pretend that was hot. And yeah, talk to me, Goose. Let me know what you think. Okay, bye. Dragon eyes are watching you. They see your every move. Dragon eyes